going on. Are we the only people? No? No.
Dandavat Maharaj. Jai Srila Bhakti Puri Maharaj ki jai.
Maharaj ki jai. Linda ki jai.
Dandavat Maharaj.
Dandavat.
You're bouncing. You look like you're bouncing.
Krishna Dandavat Maharaj.
Dandavat. Krishna Kesha Prabhu. Dandavat Maharaj.
Dandavat Umadevi.
Dandavat Maharaj. Dandavat Didi.
How are you, Maharaj?
I'm okay, Maharaj. We're just planning what to do for Janmashtami.
About what, Maharaj?
We're planning what to do for Janmashtami.
Oh, Janmashtami. You are going to prepare some cake, Maharaj?
It's the case of us, the cook. I'm thinking of doing a prasad distribution on Janmashtami. Remember those big samosas we were getting?
That is on next day, no? Or on Janmashtami day you will do?
Huh?
On the next day, right? Namdosab day?
What's that?
He's asking if you are doing it on the non-Hotsav day or on Janmashtami itself.
On Janmashtami.
That is the fasting day, no?
The fasting day?
Hmm.
Oh, that's right. We'll have to do it on the next day.
The Saturday is program.
There is up to 12 we fast. So, but in Vrindavan, they distribute on that day only. The Bhajavasis. They do a big feast on that Janmashtami day. Once I was in Vrindavan and they are distributing so many kachori, puri, laddu, halwa, all these things.
Well, let's see then. Maybe we can do it on Sunday. They must do something. I don't think they do anything. In Janmashtami.
I am planning to distribute some prasadam. Every time people are telling here, we are making so many items, but we are never making khichdi. So they are saying that you must make sometime khichdi also. We want to take khichdi, they are saying, the locals here. So this time I am thinking we have big, distribution of khichdi on the Nandos day, around 1500 people, and some special sabji and sweet paramanno and chutney maybe.
Yeah. He's disappearing.
The program is not yet properly made for the Zoom, this background program.
You remember that gentleman who was giving us those nice samosas?
Yes, yes,
Do you remember him?
yes, yes. In Oak Tree Road.
You know?
I remember.
Do you remember him?
Yeah.
You have his contact?
I don't know his name. I just know what he looked like.
You know the shop?
I know the shop. I picked up from there, but I never actually ordered directly myself. So
He told anytime if you come, he will give.
You make it for Janmashtami, then we can distribute samosa.
Yes.
Little samosa, little chutney. Get some type of cup.
he may have. He may be willing to give.
I don't know, whatever, we have to plan. We have to contact him and we plan. Okay?
Halwa or, Like sweet rice will also be nice. Paramanna. Distributing sweet rice also very good.
A little difficult for people to eat.
We can give a spoon with a small spoon and a cup. Small spoon and this paper cup we give. If they want to carry, then it is difficult. But if they want to take there only, it's not so difficult.
Generally, we have to stop people in the road. And they have to carry it.
Oh, then you have to give packets.
That's why Maharaj is saying samosa is easier. It's just hand food.
You know there is something called bundi. You know that? Krishna Kesava Prabhu?
It is
Hindi,
Bundi.
Amudi.
bindi,
Bundi.
bundi.
It is the ingredient.
Sweet bundi or kara bundi, Maharaj. There is two kind
That
of
is the
bundi.
ingredient for the laddu. If you make tight that bundi, it becomes laddu. You know. So what laddu made up of? There is a bundi laddu. You know. So that bundi you can easily pack in small packs and you can give it and they can take it.
But then we have to find a place that does that.
Yes, they can easily do that. That samosa man, if you tell you want bundi packets to distribute, he can easily make that. It's not so difficult. You can ask him. You want to distribute some sweets on that day, bundi will be good. And it's not very costly also, but it tastes very nice also.
Nobody makes Simply Wonderful.
Once Madhur Krishna tried in Vijayawada and he made it like a soup. Whole thing is like soup. He put so much butter inside that it become like a soup actually. Look like robbery. Simply Wonderful. He made like a robbery.
So you'll have a lot of devotees coming.
Not many. Generally, Janmashtami, so many does not come actually. So they expect some devotees to come, maybe 50, 60.
So when are you going to Vrindavan?
After Radhashtami. I mean, that is for arrangements, but I will go to the Yatra on 19th of October. Today, everybody from Mutt went to show their eyes. There was a free eye camp in Krishnanagar police station. So the police officer knows me. Then he invited, if your Mutt people are there, they can come and show. They also, Muni Maharaja also went. And they will be getting free, spectacles, the updated one. And also, if somebody has this cataract, they will do the free operation. So one of our old devotee, Brahmachari, his name is Vaishnav Prabhu, he had that. So he will be operated on 25th of this month.
Shall we read?
Maharaj?
Shall we read from Prapanna Jivanamrita?
Yes, Maharaj. Muni Maharaj is not there on that list, Krishna Kesava Prabhu?
He is. On WhatsApp, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
He said that he is not receiving.
Page 161. Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Satada Sri Srimad Bhakti Rakshak Dev Goswami Maharaja Jai
Jai.
Joy.
Prapanna Jivanamrita Ki Jai.
Joy.
Jai.
Page 161, text 37.
जय विष्णु पाद परमहंस प्रभु कृष्ण भक्ति में पुरी महाराज की जय।
Jai.
The Bhakti Niskam Santa Maharaja Ki Jai.
Jai.
So those devotees Ki Jai.
Jai.
What happened to our Hari Ananda?
Still, he is having that meeting.
Ah,
So that class will be over. I think he sent me a message in few days time. So he's not joining the sanghas.
Karma Yogadi Labham Alam Vanshati Chet Rapno Deva Krishna Bhakta Yat Karma Viryat Tapasa Yana Vaira Yatas Triyat Yogena Dana Dharmena Ayovir Itarar Api Sarva Mad Bhakti Yogena Mad Bhaktola Bhate Yasa Sarva Sarva Sarga Ava Swarga Pavargam Madama Atanshridyari Vanshati. From the Bhagavatam, I think. When a devotee desires any object which is attainable by the practitioners of religiosity, Based on karma, jnana, and yoga, all his requirements are summarily achieved. By engaging in devotional service, my devotee effortlessly attains anything and everything attainable in this world by virtuous practices, such as duty, austerity, learning, detachment, meditation, charity, or religiosity. Even residence in Vaikuntha Loka is his, for the asking, say nothing of the attainment of heaven or liberation. By serving Krishna, everything is obtained. Attainments of all other activities are fulfilled only by serving Krishna. Then the devotee doesn't have to separately try to attain anything. Simply by serving Krishna, one becomes fulfilled. Those things become distractions. Austerity, learning, detachment, meditation, religiosity, charity, all those things become distractions. One who practices devotion to Krishna. Yet they are easily attained. Heavenly planets, liberation. They all bow their head to Bhakti, and Bhakti steps on their head, goes up behind them. All right, do you have anything to say about this?
Maharaja, you want to hear
Maharaj,
Maharaj?
oh, can you tell me what Vaikuntha Loka is, please? Vaikuntha Loka, residence in Vaikuntha Loka.
All right, answer.
I could not understood Maharaj, what she has to.
She wants to know something about Vaikuntha.
What is the question about Vaikuntha Maharaj?
What does that mean?
Vaikuntha, what is the meaning? That's what you want to know, Linda Didi? What is the meaning of Vaikuntha?
Yes, Vaikuntha Loka. What is
Uh,
Vaikuntha Loka, or where is it? Or yes.
Vaikuntha means something unlimited, and actually Kunta also means some kind of, miseries, like a very sharp thing entering into your body. And that is known as, threefold miseries. In this material world, we are always, there's those things are piercing into our body, like we are, experiencing those. And that is known as, the trident of the Shiva. Lord Shiva is giving that, threefold miseries to us. But Vaikuntha Loka means where those threefold miseries are not existing. That suffering is not there. That
Okay.
suffering due to ignorance is not there. And
Okay.
here everything is of limited nature, means it is like a conditioning created by mundane time and space. But in the Vaikuntha, that limit is not there. So it's the place of worship of the Lord in opulence, grandeur. So that that is known as Vaikuntha, but it's real original Vaikuntha, what is being told as Vrindavan. Original Vishnu is called Krishna, actually. So that, that is Golok Vrindavan, but, it has been explained, the opulence, transformed there in the form of, spontaneous love, actually.
Thank you.
That is for the place for those who worship God, Vaikuntha. But for those who worship Krishna, that is called Goloka. You know the difference?
You asking me, Maharaj?
Yes.
There's a difference worshipping God and worshipping Krishna, where God is and Krishna is. Well, if both of them. If it's Vaikuntha Loka.
Krishna is the personality of God. No?
And so Loka is the place.
He is the person. That's where you worship Krishna, personality of God. Prabhupada called him the personality of Godhead, supreme personality of Godhead. Vaikuntha is God.
Yeah.
God is a position. God is the position, the one who creates the world. Yeah. Who provides all the food, everything to the people of this world. But the personality of Godhead is different. That is Krishna. In a more personal aspect, just like the President of the United States. That's a position. But who is that president? That's another story. That's a man or a woman, it could be even possible. And he has a family, friends. So those who worship God, they are not worshiping the personality. That's the difference between Goloka and Vaikuntha Loka. It's called Aishwarya. Those who like to worship the opulences of God, think of God as with so many opulences. He doesn't have, God doesn't have the kind of relationship with his devotees as Krishna has with his devotees. Krishna and his devotees can joke with each other, can play with each other. But in Vaikuntha Loka, you can't do that because he has a position, high position. Like you have to deal with the president in a certain judicious way. But the president as a person, his wife, his children deal with him like a father, a husband, a different way of dealing with them. Like that, the difference. Those who worship God, they're very pious people, no doubt. But that is not the highest realization. Krishna is also a person. And he deputes himself, expands himself as Vishnu or through Balaram, and to Vishnu. It is Vishnu who they worship in Vaikuntha, but it's Krishna who is worshipped in Goloka. So there's benefit to worshiping Krishna as Vishnu. Certainly there's benefit, spiritual benefit. But that is nothing to compare with the worship of Krishna in Goloka. There you have free expression of your heart. Vaikuntha is a little bit more restricted, more formal. So real devotees, they worship Krishna not as God, but as a supreme person.
So is that like the kingdom of God then? Yeah?
Yes,
Yes.
kingdom of God. That's Vaikuntha.
Okay, thank you.
In Goloka, Krishna is a cowherd boy. He's not a king. All right, next verse. Text 38. Aikantikat tiyamanam api kaival yadikam avanshati nakinchit sadavo dira akta ye kantino mama vachantyapi maya datam kaivalyam apunarbhavam. The exclusive devotees never aspire for liberation, headed by emancipation in the absolute, even if it is offered to them. Even if I desire to award it to them, my sagacious, saintly, exclusive devotees will never accept the ultimate emancipation of oneness in the mind. So what the impersonalists, they seek the spiritual reality of their own self, and they're happy in that feeling of spiritual identification with their true self. That comes easily to a devotee. He is easily established in his true spiritual identity, spiritual self. But he doesn't stop there. That pure spiritual identity, there's activity of devotion. Activity that doesn't require return to the material world. Do something. There's activity in this devotional platform of dedication. There's positive identity. This there. This is not known to the Mayavadis, to the impersonalists, that there's spiritual activity. They think all activity must be something to do with the material world. And that cessation of material activity means becoming one with your own self, spiritual self. No doubt that happens. But there's also spiritual activity they know nothing about. That is the plane of dedication, plane of devotion. That's transcendental to the plane of renunciation and the plane of exploitation. Those who seek that type of liberation in the plane of renunciation, they do not have very good knowledge of what is life and the spiritual level. And that activity of devotion in the spiritual transcendental world is so relishable that even the peace and the fearlessness, the troubles, the freedom from all troubles, and the sound of renunciation, that is not as appealing to them as engaging in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, which may involve so many things, even uncomfortable things. Because there is fighting and competition and joking and so many other things going on in the plane of dedication that we don't find in the plane of renunciation. Those things are relishable in the transcendental world. But we find them troublesome only in the plane of exploitation. Maharaj, would you say something?
Maharaj, this Brahman, oneness in Brahman, this is Srila Sridhar Maharaj explained somewhere as, where God commits suicide. I think once Srila Govinda Maharaj, he had asked to one of the god brothers of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, his name is Bhakti Kumud, Srila Bhakti Kumud Santa Maharaj. And he asked him, can you explain me where God commits suicide? Then he become very angry. What is this that you are talking about like that? And like that. And then Govind Master, our Guru Maharaj has explained about it, that some people think that they are one with God, and then they merge into Brahman. So they eliminate their own existence. So it is something like God committing suicide. So Srila Maharaj has given that terminology there. So this idea of I am God, that is very prominent in all the Sanskrit universities of India. I'm not sure how they are doing studies in West. They may be also going towards Mayavad mostly. So they are having this soham, that I am that, something like that. They use these terms, and they mostly quote about Shankaracharya's philosophy. But devotees, they have understood that it is like like as Bhakti Thakur says, it is passive hostility towards absolute. So actually, we are being, our very existence is to satisfy Lord, and we are looking for some kind of enjoyment for ourselves or some kind of relief for ourselves, and in that way we are neglecting our true nature. So we are being hostile towards the absolute. In like Srila Maharaj says that liberation means exploiting the subtle plane, and exploitation means when the living entities are exploiting on a more grosser level. So both are exploitation actually. Even this renunciation is also one kind of exploitation. So our method is about Jukta Vairagya, means detaching ourselves from all those things which are not related to service. And of course, other liberations sometimes devotee accepts for the service, like Salokya and Sarupya and other things. If it is desirable for service, sometimes devotee accepts. But this Brahma Suja liberation is no way, useful for the satisfaction of the Lord. So devotee, genuine devotee will never accept that.
Anyone have any questions for Maharaj on this?
Maharaj, what happens to those who get this Brahma Suja liberation? Is their personality again revived?
Whoever gets Brahman liberation, can their personality be revived?
It's an unnatural condition. How long they can stay like that? Prabhupada once told those who get Brahman liberation, they again come back as, what do they call them?
Mushroom?
No, they come back as people who give their money to others. What is that called?
Charitable? Philanthropist.
They are philanthropists. Those who go to Brahman, they are so bored that the only choice they have is to come back as philanthropists. They are good people. Of course, to get there, you must have a good soul. But because they have not positively engaged in any service, they come back to engage in material service and on a high platform, but still is not spiritual. Simply material philanthropy or some process like that. We can see that with so many rich people in America, probably in India too. They get all their wealth, they give it to the temples, to the devotees, to making hospitals and so forth. But they don't know how to utilize their satagun, their good qualities, their giving qualities in a spiritual sense, in the transcendental world. So they come and try to do good in this world. But
Maharaj,
soul cannot remain indifferent. He has to act. Yes,
is it this Brahma Suja liberation? Is it same as annihilation?
it's a what?
Annihilation?
No, of course, how you can become annihilated.
Like Srila Sridhar Maharaj has explained that Krishna can also annihilate, the jiva souls.
I guess
But
it depends. If someone is so bad and he can't be corrected, his mentality is so strong, but impersonal, then yayatamam prapadyate. He gives them their wish.
Comes a rock?
Whatever.
like for example, Maharaj, the Shishupal who is being killed by Lord Krishna, and then before everybody there is a beam of light came out from the body of Shishupal, and it is being absorbed in the feet of Lord Krishna. So what type of liberation that can be called?
Sayuja?
Brahma Suja?
Huh?
So what happens to that personality? He is in the dormant state.
He becomes identified with Krishna. There's no difference. Then there's no relationship. Like when someone meditates in a certain way, they become a tree. Huh? Impersonal meditation, you may become a tree. And they can stay like that for thousands of years. He's there, but he's kind of imprisoned, so frozen. So those who identify directly with Krishna, they can become part of his existence. But it's a frozen existence. Shukadeva Goswami. He didn't want to come out of the womb for 16 years. He was there, but he didn't want to engage in any material activities. So he stayed like that. Then when he heard Narada Muni, he came out. So it depends. They have no association of the devotees. They may not come out from whatever stage to get caught in. Even a highly elevated stage is possible. Why it's so important. Association. That's why there are different stages of Sayuja Mukti, Salokya, Samipya, like that. Yes, Linda, you had a question?
I was going to say, is that by the will of Krishna or by their own? And they go into meditation and like that. Is that by the will of Krishna? Because it says, like, Krishna sort of says that whatever you desire, Krishna will give you. So if you wanted to turn into a tree, would that be the will of Krishna?
Yes, both is there. Both are there.
Both.
Both are there.
Okay.
You have to want it, and Krishna has to. Man proposes, God disposes.
Yeah.
A man may want to be a millionaire. He'll have to have Krishna's permission before he can do that, though. Krishna has to allow it. Maharaj,
Yes, Maharaj.
I think I can only go for 1 hour today.
Yes, Maharaj. I think it is 11:30 now here also.
Huh?
It's 11:30 there in
Oh.
India.
Okay. So I'm proposing, you're disposing. If you allow. I don't know.
And disposing also, you are done, Maharaj.
My Dandawas.
जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवार जगत श्रीला भक्ति माधव पुरी महाराज की जय.
Jai.
Santama.
All devotees की जय.
Jai.
धन्यवाद.
Stand up, Maharaj, stand up.
You know how to do that?